Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Back to Broadcast. This is a celebration of network TV, appointment TV. I am so excited to be joined by one of the stars of NBC's St. Denis Medical, Kahyun Kim. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
I've been starting out asking people about network television and what they love about the format, because this is something that I hope we can continue to preserve in a world full of streaming. So what is it that you feel is really special about those 20-episode shows? You got to be at your TV at 8 p.m. You got to sit through the commercials, but it's worth it.
Totally worth it.
Yes, yes. What are your thoughts?
I think being excited for something to come out like every week is always fun, like wondering what's going to happen instead of also, although there is like funness and binging a whole show and 5-hour span. I just like the excitement, like Christmas morning. You don't know what's gonna come and waiting and see what's gonna happen. That's always exciting.
It's true, and it makes the payoff better. Like when you have to wait, it's I don't know. I enjoy it more.
Yeah, 100%.
I am just such a big fan, too, of NBC sitcoms. Like, I literally have a Superstore vest somewhere in my closet. Parks and Rec, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But the really cool thing about NBC sitcoms, I think, is that they always address real-world issues, but they do it in a way that keeps the show still light and funny. So, kind of getting into the St. Denis Medical of it all, I'm curious if there is something you would like to see the show address in the future.
Ooh, like that's currently happening, or
could be currently happening, happened in the past, anything kind of in the world or your experiences that you'd like to see?
I mean, if I'm being selfish and talking for my own character,
as
I should, I would love to explore Serena's background, because I'm Korean and born and raised. I would love to see her family life, her, and kind of dive into her culture a little bit. That sounds fun.
I would love that. And see that I love workplace sitcoms, but the thing that I don't like about workplace sitcoms is they only take place at work. I'm like, I want to see what you're doing at home.
Yeah.
I want to see what happens when you go to the store. You're just also funny. I feel like it would be great wherever you are.
And you know what? I'm sure that will happen at season 8.
Which we will get. We are manifesting together.
Thank you.
Well, you have been in, I think, over 50 projects. You've got...
Is that true?
That's what IMDb said. So okay. I hope IMDb's up to date.
All right.
What has stepping into Serena's shoes given you as an actor that you haven't had in past projects?
I think I was thinking about this earlier, actually, randomly. I think Serena's the first character that I'm really kind of playing myself.
I love that for you.
So it's I was at ADR yesterday, and somebody was telling me that, because I was talking about this episode in season 1 with me and David, Ron and Serena, and it's the car episode where I parked too close to his car.
Oh my God.
And that's my mom's one of her favorite episodes. And she was telling me that the reason she thinks me and David have such a good energy is because we're kind of ourselves. You know what I mean? We are our characters. So when the writers write for us, it seems very real, and very real life. And I think that's why we have really good chemistry, I think, on the show.
You do. And I think so too.
And yeah, I think so. And our storylines are really fun. And yeah, so I'm realizing more and more that I'm sure as season goes on longer too, that it will even meld in more. But yeah, she's the first character that I'm really playing myself. And that's special.
Are there any specific aspects that you asked to be incorporated into Serena? Because I know in the past, actors will have I don't know, hobbies or things that end up becoming a part of the show.
They did ask for our special skills, and I did tell the writers that I did training in K-pop for a long time, dance training in K-pop especially. And the writers saw me dance once and then never put it back in.
Wait, was this for the talent show episode?
No, it was like there was like a little part where Justin Shames, shout out, one of our writers, put in like it was like season 1. He was like, Serena dances in coolly to Matt about something. And whenever I danced to him, there was one point Justin came over to me and he was like, can you dance a little cooler? And after that, no more dancing was happening.
I think I saw you. I saw you dancing in the latest episode, the bingo one, and I
did. I
you did.
That?
You were. It was like everyone was dancing.
Yes.
I thought you had mad skills.
Thank you so much. I agree.
So the skills in the talent show episode, and I've said this many times, it's one of my favorite episodes of the series. You're saying those weren't actually your guys' skills. Mekki Leeper isn't actually a magician.
Not that I know of. I mean, if he has that skill, it's a surprise for me. So I don't know, But yeah, probably no magic.
Okay. Well, I guess diving into season 2, great season so far. But Serena is going through it. I mean, we started with her asking to be separated from Matt. What do you think she was hoping to achieve with that?
Oh, my toxic queen. I don't know. I think she was hoping that I think she did genuinely hope that she wanted to preserve the friendship, because I think she really does really like Matt, as a person, and I'm trying to not give spoilers. In any way.
That's always the hardest part.
I know.
We appreciate your service.
And then taking a bead. What can I say that happened? But yeah, I think she really wanted to preserve the friendship, and hopefully, maybe giving him space. She was hoping, they can be better friends and not make it awkward. But I think she also was probably triggered by a person not liking,
you want
what
you can't have.
Yeah, that forbidden fruit. You know what I mean? Not forbidden, but somebody not liking you back is always not the best.
Well, Alexa Play ruined the friendship because that's what we need.
Thank you.
I'm a huge Matt and Serena fan. I've also said this before, but they remind me of, because I think you said you watched Superstore. Or you know you were in it. I'm like, they give me some Amy Jonah vibes.
Ooh, okay.
And I was a huge Amy Jonah fan. I am really curious if you think Matt getting over his crush could be a good thing. Because when I was thinking about it, it felt like maybe they were moving into a more mature territory. Maybe they could build something off of, a solid, foundation of friendship, equals, rather than, maybe someone being on a pedestal.
Ooh.
So I don't know, what are your thoughts? So I need to hear from the pro.
I can only speak from personal experience, but yeah, maybe, push and pull. From Serena's perspective, I think it's what we said, wanting something that, is the tension that's not coming back. And now wanting that, and knowing that was something special, maybe realizing that's a part of growth, or maybe it's just immaturity. I don't know, on Serena's part, you know what I mean? Maturity on Matt's part, but probably a little immature.
We're all going to be a little immature sometimes.
Thank
you.
Queen. Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Okay, well then what is going on with Chaplain Steve? Because it didn't seem like Serena, it seemed like maybe she was just using him as a distraction. But I don't know, I got maybe some vibes. She may kind of actually like him a little bit.
I think it's a mixed feeling. I'm sure that Serena is enjoying his company in a certain way, but also knowing probably, is this a long-term thing? You know what I mean? Kind of wondering, early stages of hooking up. I'm not going to call it dating. Hooking up, kind of figuring that out and seeing if it can develop into something or not. Like she's probably in that, stage.
Okay. And if her and that were to ever happen, it would be a good obstacle or a slow burn. Will they, won't they?
That is.
Don't know if that's happening. Just throwing it out there.
That is correct. Yeah.
Well, outside of that, one of the relationships in the show that I find most special is Alex and Serena. So what does it mean to you to be able to portray a close female friendship like that on television?
I think it's really special. Like, I mean, Allison says it a lot in interviews, and I totally agree that it's, romantic relationship obviously is something that I always love seeing on TV, and that's, so special. But I do really cherish, like, especially female friendship. Because I think for like friendships are even deeper, like a lot of the times than romantic relationships, and it's complex and it takes a lot of work. And for that to be portrayed and they have such a special friendship too, because I think they come from a very different background, different time of life, and they still maintain to have that closeness and support each other. I think that's really special.
And we know who really wants to be a part of that friendship. We got Joyce over there. She seems to think like, I don't know, it feels like she thinks they're a lot closer than they are. But I do need to know, do you think Serena went with her on that trip to get the rock?
100%. I think definitely Joyce was like, you need to come. And I think Serena was like, oh my God, I'm going to be in a cabin full of, a Caucasian family. I'm going to say it. That's probably what she was thinking, because that's what I would be thinking in the woods. And, but then she was like, oh my God, she's so fun and her family's so kooky. And I think Serena's very kooky. So I'm sure she blended right in. You know what I mean?
I hope they bonded and got closer during that time.
Yeah.
And, there was an episode last season. It was a really great episode for Serena, Joyce, and Alex. We really got to see that trio. I don't remember what number it was.
The Ladybug episode.
Yes, the Ladybug episode.
Yeah.
And that was another one of my favorites because, again, I just really love that female friendship. I love seeing the dynamic of them all coming through for one another. Could we potentially see more of that trio this season?
I think we do. I can't confirm, but it was a good trio.
It was. Fingers crossed. Yeah, we need the back.
Yeah. I mean, that episode was really fun to film because it was just so funny. I mean, Wendy and Allison are both brilliant. But Wendy, when we were doing that episode specifically, when she gets her mammogram done, I should know that word by now.
It's a hard word.
Yeah, mammogram done. She did so much improv that was so funny that me and Allison I couldn't keep it together. So it was so much fun, like being with those ladies. They're really great.
I want to ask you this as a fan of the show rather than an actor in the show.
Yeah.
Is there anyone who you would like Serena to have more scenes with? Just from like an audience perspective, like who do you think would be a fun dynamic to explore?
I mean, I think, it seems pretty equal in the show. Like at least when I film it, like it feels pretty equal. If I am speaking as Kahyun, just like watching the show, I am a big romantic like that relationship. So like I think it's always really, really fun to see Serena and Matt together. And that's such a boring answer, but
that would have been my answer. So,
really? Like
I'm the same. I love romance. I'm here for romance on television.
Yeah, and I'm sure that will happen as like obviously as the season goes, but I just love that. And like I think you see a very different side of Serena when she's with Matt. A lot of like her personal like softer side. So I think that's really endearing to watch. When I watch it, I'm always like, oh, they're so cute. Like, and Mekki and I are very good friends. So when I see him in a real person, I'm like, oh, like, know, but whenever I watch it, it is hard to not be like, oh my God, we're so cute.
He brings out like a whole other side to her. There was even an episode this season where she thought it was stupid at first, where he was trying to make the patient like feel all these emotions. And then she's like, you know what, actually, let me get in on this.
Yeah.
Let me get in on this.
Yeah. They have such a like, it's like, it's a very tender relationship. And I really love seeing Serena and Matt together. But I also love Serena and Bruce because,
oh my God, so funny.
It's,
Bruce has such great chemistry with everyone, especially Bruce and Ron too.
Oh my God, so funny. And yeah, Bruce is so crazy that I feel like with any, character, it's like the situation becomes insane. So yeah.
You know, it'd be really cool to have for Serena to have more scenes with. I think I'd like to see her more with Val.
I was just gonna say that. Yes.
Our minds.
Yes. I was literally gonna be like, you know what? But and it's because we were talking about that whenever me and Kaliko do have scenes, we talk about their relationship, like kind of like, and I do think they have like a very similar, realness to them. Like they are very, I think they say what they, mean and think. But they're also very different, So I love kind of discovering that relationship whenever we have scenes.
Okay, so I talked to Eric Legend about this at South by Southwest last year.
Okay.
So I want to do my yearly Keith check-in. I want him to have somebody in his corner, like especially after Bruce made everybody think that he was dead. What was going through everybody's minds? Was there any regrets? Like maybe we should have been a little bit nicer to Keith.
Probably. Probably. I know I was just as in person. Yeah. And Keith is so funny. And then my mom saying that, wait, this episode has aired. Yes. The one where he's eating the banana, that like brown banana. And then you later discover that Keith is like a millionaire, like have so much money.
It's wild.
Insane.
I do have to say though, as much, and I believe Eric Legend said this too, it's just that the running joke of everyone treating Keith in that way is just so good.
It's so good. Yeah.
It's so good. It's so fun to bully him, but I feel so bad.
Yeah. I also love Serena and Keith together. Like they have such a odd chemistry. And Dave, who plays Keith, is also like such a fun like actor to work with. So yeah.
This is my most important question because this is something that I hold very near to my heart. Not to take Bruce's side, but what is it going to take to get Serena to watch The Vampire Diaries?
I think it's not going to happen.
I have so many questions. Like, I wanted, is she a Damon, a Stefan, a Klaus? Or does she not like any of them? What's her? I want to know her thoughts.
I think if she ever watched Vampire Diaries, which personally I'm a very big fan of. Listen, Kahyun loves Vampire Diaries. This is the difference. If Serena was watching Vampire Diaries, I think she would have thought it was too hard to believe. You know what I mean? She's not going to buy into it.
Like not the most realistic show out
there. She's going to be complaining the entire time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would like to see her complaining, but then actually like secretly be like, but wait, we have to watch the next episode. Just for science.
I think, I think, and this is maybe the digging too much background. I think she grew up with too much K-drama. You know what I mean? Too much K-drama. Her mom was playing it the entire time she was growing up. And I think as much as she loves it, I think she's like kind of angry by it. You know what I mean? So there's like, and Vampire Diaries, the reason I love it, gives a lot of K-drama. A lot of push and pull.
I can see that.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot of push and pull, a lot of triangles.
A lot of triangles.
I actually can't even keep track of
exactly.
In that show.
Exactly. So, that's where I stand.
Okay. All right. Well, then here's a hypothetical for you. If St. Denis Medical could have a crossover with any show, past, present, what would you want it to be?
Okay. I've said this before, and I know it's a boring answer. would be Friends because I love Friends.
It's not boring at all.
And I can just see it being so funny in so many ways. But I do hear the fans. I see you. And I've heard a lot of The Pit.
The Pit. Oh my God.
I know. I've heard a lot of people, and I've watched The Pit and it's a great show and there's a lot of similarities. So
I didn't know people were asking for that.
I think, I've heard I've seen a lot of comments, people, and I don't know how that would happen, but not a bad idea.
So interesting. Like I'm trying to think about how they would all like react to one another because I feel like they approach their jobs very differently.
Yes. But also it's kind of weird. Like there's a lot of like similar characters.
Well, then is there anyone you think Serena would get along with best in a Pit crossover?
I think she's going to get along with anybody.
I mean, that's true.
To be honest. I think she'll really get along with Mr. Noah's character.
Oh, Dr. Robbie.
Dr. Robbie. Yes. I think she will get along with Dr. Robbie. I think she gets along with people who she respects.
Yeah, I could see them forming a really good camaraderie.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay. I don't know how it can happen. I don't know the legality of the situation, but
I have no idea.
If it's possible, crossover the Pit and St. Denis Medical. So funny.
So random.
Okay, well, I like to end on like a uplifting note because I think it's important that we all recognize our strengths, especially in this industry. So I would love to know, what are you most proud of in your portrayal of Serena?
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my God, I love that question. I think being in the moment, like what as an actor and as the character, like, and showing growth, and being able to show the softer side and the fun. And I think Serena's very complex. I know it's like, and being on a network television show, on a comedy, like I think the reason our show people love it so much is because there are tender moments and there are like the characters are so real. Like our writers do such a great job on every single character, making it very real and personable, and that's why the comedy is so fun, because those realness just mesh, and it's a real situation, and I think people can relate to that a lot. So I think portraying that has been like a really big blessing and really fun to do as an actor. But also getting to like, do jokes is always fun, so, having that complexity.
That's an incredible answer. Thank you so much for being here today. It was so lovely to have you on. And of course, I'm loving St. Denis Medical Season 2. I cannot wait to see where it all goes.
Yes. Thank you.